This podcast may contain offensive content. You have been warned. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Diecast podcast. I am your host, Johnny Robertson. This is Dragon Echoes Season 3. On our previous episode, we all had a wonderful friendship circle. We went to Menzie's lair, where we got to discover the history and the family connections of the blue dragon that had been through the Dragon Wars. And you got some history, you got some lore, you met a nice dragon sage who is really into the group. And you discovered some history about the world, and then you discovered that there was a Thane mage, not an actual Thane, a rebellious Thane who lost the war and decided to necrotize his dragon companion. An epic fight broke out. A recreation of the Dracahorn was sounded, and anyone with some draconic dragon heritage got a little mind controlled at the aspect, as is want to happen sometime. But Alethra successfully intimidated the living crap out of that wizard and completely changed my game plan of what was going to happen, which is amazing. And teleported out, and you met with Elandra, who is an astral elf who's doing her dissertation on cataclysmic chrono events. And she said she's been doing the math, she's been reading the numbers, and it is you four that needs to do what you need to do, or reality may get undone, potentially. It happens. She whipped out some chalk, opened up a little door, and you found yourself in a rotating, cylindrical-looking city, which is Sigil, the City of Doors, which is where we're going to join everybody as you step through and you get hit by this sense of humidity and heat. And it's a sense of familiarity and also a sense of other, as a lot of the sights and smells remind you of Waterdeep in a big active city. But at the same time, the sights and the sounds are completely different to you. It's things you've never experienced. This is almost like a New York City, but across all the planes of existence that do occur in this world. As you come by, you see people made of slime walking by, you see Githyanki walking by, you see illithids floating, and just like people who you can barely see their outline. And as you look up, you can see kind of sky off to one side and ground on the other. But when you look directly above you, you can see this kind of ring of a city, as you realize you're kind of just in a floating ring city parallel to whatever ground you are in, as you quickly find yourself surrounded by just this megalopolis of people from across the plains who have come in. And it feels like you're standing in Times Square right in downtown during rush hour, as you see Elandra, like, oh my God, everybody. So welcome to Sigil. Alethra, I know you've been here before, but this is, I love being the tour guide for, this is like one of my favorite cities. This is such a great place. We'll get to Chillithids. We'll have a coffee. We'll get to sit back, relax, and discuss, because I'm off the book right now. This all the math has been done up to this point, and this is all new to me. So we're all making it up as we go.
Great.
Excellent.
Anybody else hot?
Harmony is both visibly uncomfortable with the amount of people and like city around her, but also absolutely fascinated and can't stop staring.
Melody is feeling the same way, but also everyone's really tall. I can't see all that much.
Melody, as you're looking up around the city, you see kind of look almost like a ghostly, like not like an undead ghost, but kind of a very translucent person come walking by and just like walks right through. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. My bad. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry."
Miraxis
I'm
is like
speechless.
Miraxis is like steaming a little bit because she's like, a silver dragon, so she's cold, and then this is such a hot environment, so you can just kind of see like
The humidity.
yeah, like kind of coming off her.
I think I could get another shoulder ride.
I think we were promised carrots.
Oh my God.
Get on, Mel.
Chilithid's has the best carrot cake in the world, or one of the many worlds.
Melody's going to hop on Meraxi's shoulders so I can see everything.
It's a little slick with condensation.
Yeah.
And you can definitely get the feeling that Meraxis has kind of like that weather, very much like Toronto in the summer times, where it's just like all the humidity and grit just goes and sticks right to everything. You see her doing the armpit walk of just trying to.
Sorry, it's a little slippery up here.
You make your way through the current district that you're in, which I will actually, Meraxis, you would know this. You are in. Where is it? The clerk's ward.
Oh, Lether knows that.
Yes, Lether.
No, oh yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, I don't know this.
He's mixing up us, and now he's mixing up you.
Yeah.
And you do know that she's taking you. You're actually really close to the market ward, which is like kind of like the St. Lawrence Market, like the food court of Sigil. As it seems like a normal city smells, normal city bustles. As you look up, and you can see almost like an MC Escher like architecture of buildings that come out and just kind of at impossible angles that angle out and kind of arc around them, and then kind of like 90 degrees straight up and backwards. But because you also recognize you're parallel with the ground, the up and down is not exactly, it's
like mirror verse.
Yeah, it's kind of messing with your sense of direction a little bit.
Doctor Strange kind of.
Alethra, you do know that for newcomers to Sigil, this is what's known as sigil disorientation, where gravity is pulling you down, but you also know that down is technically off to your right.
Right.
Harmony's eyes are rolling back in her head, like she's getting really disorientated and like.
Yeah, you can see like even with the condensation coming off of Meraxis, that the little drips are dropping down to her feet, but your eyes are saying it should be dropping like 90 degrees straight off in that direction. It's a little unsettling. This
is incredibly unnatural. I don't know how long I can be here.
Oh, that's why we're going to Chilithid's. It'll mellow everyone out. You get everyone accustomed. You just sit back and just kind of like, it's kind of like you just let the sun hit you, let the light warm you up, and you just kind of adjust. There's a couple of worlds out there. It's called jet lag. You just got to stay in the sun for a little bit, and you'll be good. Like you just got to adjust. You just have to let it flow. You just have to match the flow of the vibe.
Well, I don't agree with the flow part. You do get used to it to a certain extent.
Right.
It's going to be weird when you start going upstairs for the first time, because that'll real.
If you keep an eye on your feet, I think it helps.
Yeah, always make a new horizon. Don't look down at the ground over there. Like, look, your ground is wherever your eyes are.
Okay. Harmony takes her hood off and like plants her feet and just watches her feet as she walks. She's like, excuse me, holding on to Meraxis's cloak for just to make sure she doesn't lose anybody.
Babysitter.
Yeah. Harmony, you want to ride?
I don't know if I can be off the ground right now.
You actually see a pink skinned goblin with like big, thick sunglasses and kind of like an orange fur collar jacket. Like, oh, look at here. We got new people to Sigil over here. Don't make it a mess.
I'm walking here.
Oh, yeah. We'll see how that one goes. Who's got a mop? Get the mop patrol out. You see, Lana's like, don't worry about him. Like once we get to Market Ward, we'll get to we'll get to a Chilithid's, and we'll grab a table. It'll be fine.
How long to the nearest Chilithid's?
Oh, they're everywhere now. So like she just points up, and you can actually see it's this building that on a normal street corner would just be like a 90 degree on a corner, but it kind of goes up 90 degrees and angles forward 45 degrees, and then kind of like does like a circular loop back onto itself, kind of like almost like an infinite loop, as you see the big orange logo with the mind flare face and the tentacles that come up around it that says Chillithids. And it's like, it's usually not busy this time of day. You know, it's people just doing rush orders and stuff like that. So you just walk in, think of what you want, and they bring it out for you.
How do you pay?
Oh, well, all currencies are valid here. So whatever the currency is in your natural plane, that's kind of what you pay with. Like it's all, you know, everything. There's a conversion chart. So like 1 gold is equal to like one ruby on the fire or earth planes, or it's equal to 1 plague beetle from the undead plane. Like you're going to get a lot of mixed currency here.
Reasonable.
Oh, and Alethra, the top of your hand starts to burn a little bit.
Lether will itch at it a little bit.
Yeah, it's not painful, but like it's grabbing your attention a little bit. You do make your way over to Chillithids. It seems there's no lineup outside the door, but it does look kind of busy. As you walk in, it's got a very chill, like lots of low benches with like lots of cushions and pillows, and people are just kind of sitting around talking, having their coffees. And you see various like cups and plates being floated out. And at one of the stands, you actually see this Illithid, this mind flayer, in kind of like this linen shirt and canvas overalls, like big thick rimmed glasses, and like a knit wool kind of beanie over his head. And you actually see a tiny little intellect devourer, which is just like a brain with like legs. And there's just like a collar around it with like a little bell underneath it. It looks like it's on like its little bed and sleeping with a big sign in many different languages that says, "Do not pet the brain."
I wasn't going to.
You do. Everyone unanimously hears a voice just kind of like enter into your psyche. It says, "Hello there, and welcome to Chillithids. Just think of your order, and it will be brought to you."
Melody thinks of carrot cake and carrot juice.
From what plane would you like your carrot chase? We have Feywild Freak.
Oh, Feywild, please.
Absolutely, I'll join you in that.
2 Feywild Freaks for you and your friend. As Melody and Harmony both hear that in their head.
I could hear her order anyways.
True. Actually, yes. And you actually hear the voice go, "Ooh, interesting. I'll give you the twin special."
Excellent.
Oh. Score.
Just a coffee.
From this plane or from your home plane or?
Yes. Sword Coast coffee, please.
Black, cream, sugar.
A little cream.
Okay. Goat, cow, dragon.
Goat.
Gorilla's quite good, I've heard.
I'll take your word for it. Also, where would you have heard that?
The Feywild.
Yeah, I guess it tracks.
Everything goes in the Feywild. Meraxis.
Meraxis is like a little excited about all these drink options and like what they can order. So, like, oh, I wonder what the most popular thing is.
For Dragonborn, the most popular form for silver dragons is the platinum latte. Very well. And then you hear kind of like this like standardized voice come over your head. It's like, for those who wish to have music, just simply think of the music. And anytime you wish to have silence, just think of the word mute and the music will be silence for you.
I like this place.
Harmony's like, mute, 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 mute.
Melody
Lethra
starts
was
humming.
Definitely mute.
Yeah.
You do see this kind of like couch get psionically levitated towards you, and a coffee table is put down in front of you as you see seats for everybody is arranged. And then you see all your drinks and cake orders come levitating out and just kind of rest gently down in front of you. And you see, like, for those who have drinks that need to be stirred, like small little spoons just stir independently of each other. And you see Alondra go, "I love this place so much. It is so cool."
It is very nice. When I was 3, I wild shaped into a snake and hid in my sister's underwear drawers.
You did.
That's how I'm paying with secrets.
Oh no, they'll need gold or silver.
In the Feywild, we can trade in favors and secrets.
Oh, okay. And then you hear The voice is like, that is a good secret, but not sufficient for the twin special.
We're haggling. All right.
What does a twin usually pay for the twin special?
Double.
That's not so
fair.
special.
Yeah.
It is for me.
2 secrets, then.
Yes, please.
My sister once wild-shaped into a snake and hid in my underwear drawer.
I mean, technically,
That's true.
that's technically 2 secrets. Yeah. Like I will have to talk to the legal team about doubling up the secrets, but yes, payment accepted.
That's called a twin loophole.
That's called a twin spell.
Sorcerers out there, you know what we're saying.
Yeah.
You see Alondra go, all right, we've acclimatized, we've got our drinks. So officially, I don't know what's going to happen next.
Do you know where we're supposed to go?
I've got places we can try, but the math only takes you so far, and now we're all just kind of winging it after this point.
That does not instill a lot of faith in our mission. Also, so this is all a big study for you? Like,
It's my dissertation. I'm doing my final paper on it.
so
But you've gone to practical already.
Oh,
that's what I was going to point out. Like, well, I can acknowledge you obviously have far more expertise and experience in this than any of us, perhaps. It still means that you're learning.
Oh, yes. And it's not to put too much of a stressor on everybody, but it kind of got run up the chain a little bit and they kind of gave it a priority. Like I've kind of got carte blanche to go and do whatever I want, which is a little concerning, but I don't know if it's concerning or I should feel good that they love my project so much, but
I was going to say, did you get chosen for this because you were already studying it?
I discovered it by accident. I was looking for something else and like, oh, what's this? Ooh, so many wish spells.
Accidents can lead to many amazing things, but
Honestly, as a fellow student of the multiverse, I respect that.
Who is the they you are mentioning?
Oh, it's for the kind of like an offshoot of the school I'm studying at, and I'm studying in the chronomancy wing. So it's like my professors, the arc chronomancers, like time lords, time masters, stuff like that. It's essentially the golden rule is don't mess with time. That's it.
But the wish spell definitely can mess with time.
Oh, yeah.
Problem.
And
we're trying to prevent a wish spell from happening.
Yes. And like wish spells go off all the time, but in your particular timeline, your version of reality, there's been 3 cataclysmic like reality altering events that have happened with their wish spell. And it's like I said, like if you think of reality as like a thread, like a thread of yarn, and the wish spell kind of just like pulls up one little piece and starts to unravel, and then the 3rd one and the 4th one and the 5th one, and from my math, it's the 4th one that kind of undoes it all.
Our mother always used to say, 3's the charm, 4's the harm.
I mean, like the Fae know. The Fae are in tune with everything.
That's what she meant. I was always wondering what she was on about.
So essentially, we have to go to another reality and find another sun version to bring back to the Empress. How we do that, I've done some research about where we can go. The other thing is that Sigil is very particular about their portals. Sure, go to realities all you like. Don't mess with the timeline. So
which is what we're planning on doing.
Yes, unfortunately, yes. We kind of have to keep this on the down low, as it were.
I'm glad we're sitting in a psychic coffee shop where everyone can hear our thoughts and words.
Oh, it's not ever. It's just Andre.
Wait, do you know this guy?
Oh yeah, he runs all of them.
Is he?
What's the
Is he
brain's
cool?
name? Yeah, is he cool? Is he going to rat us out?
Yes, I'm very cool.
Oh shit.
Oh,
So you said you had like 5 or more options?
It's possible. I mean, they're essentially, I know where 5 potential portals are. that we can try and open up. And there's the other rub is we have to open up the portal because they're all kind of locked and regulated. So we're gonna break some rules. Just laying it out there. We're gonna break some rules.
But
The
you've
city of
been
rules, though.
That's the conflict we're going to encounter. So it depends how well we break the rules.
Are we about to become inter-reality fugitives?
I mean, there's always that chance. I mean, technically, you can walk out of your door the next day, and that can happen. Like, I'm never going to say that's not going to happen.
okay, but that
Cool.
does sound cool. Yeah. Can I check if I notice Alethra scratching at her hand?
Mhm.
Yeah. What's your passive perception at?
Oh, it's
18 over
It's
here.
So
a-
very high.
a bit high. I think
Yeah.
it's at 23.
Oh yeah. She's
Obviously.
almost like she's got like a sunburn or.
Do I notice anything on any marking or rash or anything on the hand?
Well, Aleph, you can describe.
Yeah, so was it 3 weeks ago or whatever when I mentioned it, Alethra has a like skull mark on the back of her right hand. But like no other tattoos or other disturbing marks on the skin that you can see.
Is that bothering you?
Yes, I suppose.
Just since we got here.
Yes, I suppose.
Do you know why?
No.
Do I believe her?
I'll say, give me an insight check. And then Alethra, you can roll with either persuasion or I'm going to say bluff, but I know it's not bluff.
Deception.
Deception.
Well, it is.
It is bluff.
No, it's not. It's not a bluff in this case.
19.
It's an 11 of persuasion.
19.
Are you? You can.
Yeah, I don't think I know.
Yeah, you do. You do because that's part of your how you got out.
Oh, okay, but okay. Oh, interesting.
So you lied.
Well, it's a weird case of like I know that story detail, but I don't know necessarily why
it's bothering you right
now. So yeah, I'm trying to think what. You see, there was a little price I had to pay to get out of Sigil when I arrived here. That relates to this mark. It's fairly new to me. This thing, it was not my choice, but while I was adventuring in Schultz, I was cohabited by an evil spirit named Yaka, who I would describe it as torturous, a torturous friendship, not really friendship either, more of a haunting, a deep psychic haunting that existed between the two of us for several years. Not very fun, quite annoying. Was young Yaka, not young also, very old Yaka. Anyway, he's gone now.
Disadvantage on stealth checks because of all the bad jokes.
It's terrible because I have such a good stealth score. Although I am wearing heavy armor. Anyway.
So you were possessed, and that is how you got rid of the possession?
It was more of a cohabitation. I wasn't possessed. I wasn't like, I had still control over my
like
actions. There was
parasite.
just a constant chattering little skull in my head that would not stop making puns.
Oh.
No,
that sounds dreadful. That genuinely.
It's funny that you say that because you see a dark elf walk into Chillithids, got a brown paper parcel, and it's like, I'm looking for Alethra. I was told there'd be an Alethra here at this time and place right now. Alethra, anyone? Alethra, put up your hands.
Yeah, I'm pointing.
Alethra does not raise her hand, but everyone's pointing at her.
Alethra, you see your party narc you out so hard.
Rax
What's
is just
in the
joins in the
box?
pointing as well. So he's like,
You see the dark elf come up. He's like, can you sign for this?
Find
What
it,
is
Yaka.
it?
I don't know. Some old guy gave it to me, and he said that he did the best he could, but some things are just bonded.
Uh,
What if I don't take this?
Well, I'm going to leave it here, so I'm just making sure, like legally on my end, that it just acknowledges you got the parcel.
I'm going to need to read this document that you're handing me.
It's like, sure. And you see the text and script morphs into common for you. And it's literally just like this confirms that this parcel delivered by this delivery service has made it and arrived at its desired location and person that it was sent to.
You see, in my travels, I've learned that there is a great deal of power in signing a document with your name, and I do not necessarily want to take possession of such a thing.
Oh, this is sigil. We don't care about that here. Like do we honor contracts? I don't know, but that doesn't matter here.
In my experience, you guys have a lot of contracts. Listen, I have acquired this. You can just let them know that I have acquired it, and you have heard my verbal confirmation that I have.
Verbal confirmation. I'll take it. All right. I'll see you later. You see like this black smoke of magic go as the dark elf disappears in front of you.
Cool.
I do not want to open this. In fact,
I
would like
really
to burn it.
want you to open
I think
it.
you should open it.
Like that's kind of a cool exit. I think you have to open it. Just kind of owe him a favor.
Wait. Do we have anybody who can check for traps? We should check for traps, right? That's like basic adventuring.
Well, I mean, I don't think they trap it because if you start a fight in sigil, they kind of get upset and you get banished away to a forever prison.
Oh, well, then you should just open it.
Like you don't even get a chance. You just poof. You're in an infinite maze essentially.
Here's my idea. How about you open it, Melody, if you're so eager to see what's inside?
Harm, do you think I should open it?
Guidance.
I'll open it.
You open up. You don't even need this. It's just a simple.
Is there anything on the outside of it?
It's just twine and brown paper packaging.
There are a few of my favorites.
You open it up, and there is a very nice brown cherry wood or a red cherry wood box. Not that fancy, but the woodwork is nice.
Is there any discernible markings or runes or anything on it?
There is a note addressed to Alethra.
You're watching the twins like feverishly curious about this.
Very
Like,
excited.
It's actually really ridiculous. Like
No, and I have a
how much
dread, like, hit of my stomach, like I'm about to throw up.
Would
If
you
you
at
want
least
me to
read the
read you the
letter?
note?
Meraxis is just side-eyeing Elethra at this point, like, what is going on?
Yeah, the letter's addressed to you. It's like a small little. It's not even like it's more like a folded piece of paper that was.
We'll open the box if you read your letter.
yeah.
I grab the letter.
Says I made some modifications, but damn, this thing is tough.
I say that aloud.
Do you recognize this box at all?
I don't recognize the box, but I'm quite worried that Yaka is inside.
It's a Yaka box.
Yaka was the name of the
Dark
entity
passenger.
that. Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes, we're...
So if we open this, a skull's going to come out and possess inside your head and tell us puns.
I mean, no, it'll just tell it to me. You won't hear anything. I will just be in the company of my.
Wait,
But it won't
If it-
affect us.
But if one of us had it, we could both hear the pun.
That's right. I do like puns.
Is
You
that
want it?
all it did?
That's not actually no. Did it gave me no?
That's all it did. It gave you disadvantage on stealth because of all the distracting you, but that was
Didn't it also give me like disadvantage on like ability checks as well? I remember it being like super awful.
oh, it might have. It's been a while. The puns were fun though.
Well,
It
Why
may be,
don't
well,
we
he's
just-
made some modifications, so maybe it no longer gives disadvantage on
Yeah,
all.
maybe the
ability
fun's been
checks.
taken away from it.
what if? All right. Okay. What if we just hold on to the box? Nobody has to open it, but there may be an opportunity in the future to trade this to someone, promise them that it's something amazing, and then take off with whatever we wanted to trade it for.
I like
like
this
that.
idea. Yeah.
I mean, this is valuable.
Hmm.
So we'll just hold on to the box and nobody opens it.
What's more valuable than something mysterious?
Exactly. Everybody wants to know what's in the box.
You see Elandra kind of hold up and like, I kind of
Yeah. Later. We'll eventually get to it.
I'm so
just
curious.
saying, I know. But if we open it now, it's going to go into one of our brains and we don't know what the modifications have been, right? And I trust Electra that it's terrible, that it was a terrible experience. So nobody really wants to
I guess, like, is my hand itching more that it's near me?
It's actually subsided quite a bit now.
Wants to be close to you.
I'll grab the box and I'll open this box.
On the inside, you see a golden skull resting on a red satin pillow, but you do notice that like a good front quarter of the skull is missing, and you can actually see intricate bronze, brass, and copper gears and mechanic clockworks essentially ticking away and kind of rotating in. And
Gave it a lobotomy.
you everyone actually audibly hears this. It's like, knock, knock.
Fuck you.
A man at the door.
Come in.
He has the wrong house and apologizes for the inconvenience. Ha. Ha.
This actually is an improvement.
Shut the box. That's just depressing.
It does.
What did he do to it?
The only thing worse than a skull telling you puns is a skull telling you bad puns.
It does hover out and then sits on your lap, Alethra. It is not bound to you. Well, it's a little bound to you.
It's not
a little
it's
bad
not
you.
not
You
bound
have
to
a
you.
lap skull.
You do have, there's a little scroll in it that says it's an instruction manual for what's known as a Mimir.
Mimir?
Mimir.
Because of your special connection to Yaka, you're allowed to attune to this one for free.
Allowed to.
Delightful.
It says,
The first one's always free.
this skull-shaped device is filled with esoteric and planar knowledge and will help you discover portals.
Oh, motherfucker.
It's a a bad joke telling portal finder.
That's what it says. I mean,
That's a good modification.
This is going to help us.
Lead the way, depressed skull.
It doesn't give you any disadvantages. It just has some special skills I'll tell you about later.
thank you. Well,
Why did the human cross the road?
no.
Why?
Because it took a portal.
The sad laugh is very depressing, I will say that.
Yeah, I just feel awful.
You have been humored by Yaka. Feel benevolence at it.
Eh.
I do feel so blessed.
Well, it does seem that my special bond is probably what, to this curse of mine, is probably part of the reason why your math checked out here. If the entity that I traded this with to get home sends me back here, why is this like this?
Give me a perception check, Alethra.
All right. It's a 9.
In total?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you're a little disheveled by. I'll actually say
I have a 23 passive.
you do notice that on the back of the skull, on like the more clockworky side, there is a mute button.
I don't tell a letter that. I don't tell anyone that.
Did you tell me?
Not well, you know, because I
Yeah,
know.
I know.
Yeah.
I
But
won't
we
say
just look at
anything
each
either.
other and grin. And eat more carrot cake.
Little sip of carrot juice.
You see, Elijah's like, that's actually really useful. I mean, that's really convenient that we got
As
that.
far as cursed items go, that's one of the, better ones. for
Least
sure.
cursed.
Yeah.
It seems very adventure relevant. I agree.
It's almost
Well-
convenient.
Oh, when I saw it in the book, I was like, oh, I have a place for you.
Perfect.
Even the picture is like very, very good.
Nice. Well, if we're taking an hour to enjoy our carrot cakes and I forget what you ordered.
How's your latte? Your
Your
latte.
latte.
Plasma
That's my
latte.
latte. Yeah.
It's an
Molasses?
iced latte, right? You were
Would this
really
be a
hot.
good
Yeah.
time to take a rest?
You actually,
Please, God.
because you're in Chilithids in Sigil, this short rest actually counts as a long rest.
Oh, amazing. That's some good carrot juice.
But Meraxis, your platinum latte makes you feel full of righteousness and holiness. You feel amazing about being a metallic dragon.
Oh, very nice. Like a little boost. A big boost.
You look better.
Oh, yeah, I guess, I wouldn't
Look
be as...
pepped up.
Your
Yeah.
humidity sweats have calmed.
calm down. Yeah.
As someone
You
who,
look less damp.
You're less
Congratulations.
as someone who, as soon as humidity is mentioned in the room, I begin to pour sweat. I fully empathize with anyone who has to go through that.
What I do find interesting and potentially troubling about this is that they knew to find me here and now.
I mean, if there's someone with us who's working for Time Lords.
Oh no, I always know where you are, Lethra. As soon as we were on the same plane, I felt compelled. You can beep me. Ha 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 ha.
Wow.
Well, I find that funny. Lethra does not. She is.
We were bonded for life, even in the afterlife.
I'm leaving you behind the second I can.
How can you say that to the poor thing?
As long as it's on the same plane as you, it'll find you.
Well, when we...
Yaka will find you.
Tiny Yakko skull. Delightful. This is more fun than I thought it was going
This
to
is
be.
great. I don't mind this intraplanar existence.
Don't
You
mind
see
us.
your
We're a
reputation
little
score
giddy
for
on
Lethra
carrots.
dropping.
We're a little giddy on the carrots.
Feywild
Apologies.
carrots.
Lethra disapproves.
yeah, that's definitely the text that you see.
Yako approves, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he's...
Nice.
All right. So we have a choice. We've got to figure out where to go first. You've got options for us.
So I don't know what world is on the other side. I just know different portals that we can choose.
So you didn't choose this based on what Menzies are on the other side of these portals. This is just what we could access.
This is just what the math said would give us the best chances at an outcome. We're essentially playing the numbers here.
Okay.
So we don't know which portal will give us the best outcome. We just have to go for it.
Yes, essentially they all kind of have equal outcomes. I just know where the portal locations are. Some are a little more complicated than others.
And you don't know where these portals go to. You just know where the portals are.
I just know that the odds of us going through that portal will help us save reality.
Well, which one's the closest one?
No pressure.
Actually, one sec. That may be something Yaka knows.
I love our tiny skull friend. We stand Yaka in this.
Is part of the friendship circle over here.
Absolutely.
You see Yaka
Finger
say,
into its eyeball.
would you like me to discover the location of the portal for you?
Well, before we go to any specific portals, perhaps, Elandra, you could describe which are our options.
So there actually is one close by. It's underneath a crate in a warehouse. I think the key is kind of easy to get or fashion.
But where does it go? That is my bigger concern. It's not so much which portal is where that portal takes us, because if it's brings us to a plane of pure fire, or we can't breathe the atmosphere there, I would like to know.
Well, the plus side is we don't, like, when we open the portal, or it's just like a door. If you see, like a giant shark mouth on the other side, don't go in the portal. I mean, I've done the best I could at chronological math.
So she doesn't know what's on the other side of these portals.
Wait.
So we're just freeballing it. Okay.
We're kind of, yeah.
Straight
And
up.
that's kind of my bad. I only got a B in math.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Wait. A bee?
A bee?
We've been going off your math for this whole thing.
Look, my chronological cataclysmic events theory, it got A+ across the board. It was really good. Getting there, I have some math problems.
What? What he just told us is your theory is excellent. Your practical is below average.
That's kind of the advice I got from my tutors. But it's kind of, when the emergency arises, it's not the army you want. It's the astral elf you go with.
We're going to need you to show your work.
Oh, it's back at the university.
I also don't think we'd understand.
I can't do time math.
I could try.
At that point, well, at least we could get to the portals, open the portals, look in the portals. If it doesn't seem like it's a viable option, we close the portal, go to the next portal.
Let's go take a peek in a portal.
Portal peek.
Portal peeks.
Yaka loves alliteration.
He really does. He really likes alliteration.
Does Yaka hand out inspiration?
Maybe.
Give me a little bit of that yucca inspiration, please.
A Yaka inspiration.
Inspiration.
Just so glad he's back.
So you don't. So for these versions of Menzerstra that we are looking for, you don't know specifically which reality they come from.
I just know that he's there in those realities.
Gotcha. So if we find the reality where he and his mother are bosom buddies, we'll have to get back here. So what's the plan for that?
Then we try the next portal.
But how do we get back to the sigil?
Oh, she holds up a piece of chalk. She's like, I've got that. I've been using this thing all the time.
You have
Gotcha.
the sigil chalk.
I can get us back.
You won't lose it.
But sigil is where you're not supposed to feck around with time rules. So if we come back through a portal to sigil with a great bloody blue dragon
We got
and
to be
march it
fast.
through the streets
We got to be fast.
to get to our portal. You know where our portal is.
Oh yeah. That's
Okay. Well, that's a start.
That's a future problem. Right now.
Future us problem.
Right. Exactly. This is really good carrot cake.
This is really...
Thank you.
You know, I'm feeling very confident here. You know, I don't know if maybe there's something in this latte, but I think we can do this.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm all hopped up.
Heck it. Let's pick a portal.
I got
Pick a
that.
portal.
I got to do. Oh yeah, actually, I do enjoy a good pun.
Yeah.
It's high art.
That is
Grab yourself an inspiration for that.
Yes.
quick spoiler for playing with John. If you want inspiration, there is a quick way to get it.
That is something I figured
true.
out. I'm trying to get as many as I can.
But you're capped at one,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
you gotta spend them.
So you have two ways of finding the portal. You can either Yaka the portal, or you can.
Well, we're
Yaka
obviously
the
yakking.
portal.
Yeah, we're gonna use yucca.
Yeah, so after our short rest, I have attuned once again to my burdens.
Your Mir Yaka.
Yeah.
You see the skull, Yaka the skull, lift up in the air. You see its jaw slightly distend as you hear the clockwork whirrings and buzzings of gears and springs begin to wind about. As you see the eyes begin to light up and a brilliant white light comes out of its mouth, and the gears begin to spin so fast they actually do that dilation of high res cameras where like you see a helicopter rotor, but it actually just kind of like stands still based on how fast it's going. As you see, feel like quite a bit of heat coming off of it as it turns and says, "Your next closest portal is 640 paces in a warehouse underneath a crate of scarves, mittens, and hats."
I wonder if that means it goes somewhere cold.
In my experience, the location of the portal does not necessarily correlate with the destination of the portal.
Do you require any more of my services for the moment?
No, please power down.
Powering down. What did the woodpecker say to the tree?
What?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Oh, I like him.
I like him who?
I like you, Yaka.
Oh, well, welcome to my house. I like you a lot, Yaka. You see the skull power down.
Wow.
Fascinating.
Unbelievable. Our new toy.
Take another sip of carrot cake. Carrot juice.
I chug mine. Right. Let's go.
Onward.
You see Alendra like, all right, well, it's actually, he's not wrong. It's right there. We just got to figure out what the key to the portal is and then get through it.
Are we
Okay,
going to be
what's
able
the key to the
just-
portal?
We won't know until we see it. That's the way portals work here.
Are we going to be able to just walk into this warehouse, or do we have to sneak our way in?
We may have to sneak our way in and break some rules.
How do we find this key?
So the legal system, any unlawful creation of portals is strictly frowned upon in Sigil. But the portals are everywhere, so they put doors in front of them, and the locks have in front of them. Well, and the locks will tell you what keys you need, and it could be anything from a laugh, a piece of a sock. It could literally be anything.
So it'll tell us what it wants.
Oh yes.
Oh,
yes.
good. Let's just go then.
Like a riddle.
I like that.
We will have to be discreet.
Are you saying a couple
authorities
of bunnies
here-
can't be discreet?
I'm not saying that you can't be discreet. I'm just saying that we will need to be discreet.
Fine.
Because the authorities here are very strict about entrance, exits, the city of mazes, they call it, which is both their bureaucracy as well as, of course, the geography.
And their prison.
Fascinating. Let's go.
I have passed without a trace. Are we less than half an hour away from this warehouse?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Oh, it's up to an hour, actually. Right, I'll cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us.
So everybody gets a +10 to their stealth checks.
Just got to stay
Love
within
it.
30 feet of me.
As you head outside Chillithids, you hear a voice like, "Oh, do not forget to pay for those that still have to pay."
That's
Oh,
you two.
Yes, you two.
Yeah.
We paid.
We're evened out.
It'll be 5 silver for the material plane people.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
easy enough.
I pay as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Food is not that expensive in D&D.
No, it's not.
5 platinum, please. You head on out. You see the Minxie, the little intellect devourer, get up, stretch, bell rings a little bit, and sits back down in its little bed. And you see Alandra go, "Bye, Andre. We'll be back in a bit." So you head outside, and you pass without a trace.
Question, DM. If I cast Pass Without a Trace and then Wild Shape, does my Pass Without a Trace stay up? Or
It should, yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a concentration spell.
Yeah. And I don't think, and Wild Shape isn't.
Yeah.
The only thing that would deter you is if you had to do a Constitution save with something had like a poor Constitution.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would take on it.
Does my Amulet of Health affect that, though? Because I wear an Amulet of Health, which automatically makes my Constitution a 19.
Yes, then that would still work. Yes.
Nice.
Somebody did her homework.
So the
And-
streets of Sigil,
Mhm.
still very crowded. Again, you look up at the sky and it's just the same circular city going right up over top of you. Your disorientation, for those that wish to alleviate it, is a little bit better. And it looks very much like an average day in Manhattan or Toronto, as the streets are full of people going to and from work, sights and smells and sounds. I really wish I should pay homage to the Believe guy from Young and Tendenz. Believe in Sigil. As you make your way down to Author Otuk's multi-dimensional outrigging company warehouse.
Are there employees about? Is it?
It looks like a
bustling?
standard sneaky warehouse. You do hear Yaka pipe up and say, "Oh, I wonder if it turns into a person during the full moon, because it is a warehouse." Ha 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 ha.
Well, that one was actually funny.
Wouldn't it just turn into a house? The whole point of the wear is that it turns into, after the wear, it turns into the thing that it turns into.
She's right.
Maybe it's a reverse warehouse.
That's
Doesn't
just
make
housewares.
sense.
Powering down.
We're going to break this
I
thing.
like this thing.
Be my
Um,
guest.
I'm going to wild shape into a hummingbird and flit into your hood.
Oh, I hate when she does that.
Sorry.
Bzz, bzz, bzz. It's about 4 or 5 stories tall with windows at the very top and big loading bay doors that have all been closed. Lights appear to be off. Looks like there's not very much traffic going around. As you see Alandra, who is not an expert sneaker, kind of doing that Krong from the Emperor's New Groove, like giant over exaggerated, like tippy toes, like do, do 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 do. It's like you don't need to do the song. It's like, all right, guys, I'm not the greatest at sneaking, but this is our chance to sneak together. Friendship circle.
Friendship circle.
She holds out her hands.
Tiny wings.
Going to teleport us inside the warehouse.
Can do that?
I mean, can you?
Oh no, I can't do that.
Oh
No,
my God.
I can teleport myself inside, but not.
I can.
Oh, teleportation circle takes 10 minutes to do.
Do we have 10
And
minutes?
you have to know where
Yeah.
the inside.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I would have to know where we're going. Yeah. Sadly.
You can, if you want to take the time, you can get the sigil or the teleportation sigils for sigil, so that if you take 10 minutes, you can just teleport back here.
Okay, how do I do that exactly?
Actually, one second. Alondra, because Alondra's also magical. One second. Roll some dice, roll some dice.
Can we retcon it and say we did that inside the coffee house?
She's actually going to say, "Oh my God, you're right. I'm so sorry about this." And she pulls out like a small little, almost like a leaf, half of a leaflet. It's like, I've written down the symbols for the sigils for sigil. It seems a bit redundant, but if you're ever without me, this will get you back to sigil, no problem. Also, it's not the legal teleport circle of sigils, so just don't share the information around. It's maybe a little frowned upon. Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Break. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for listening on the episode, and just thanks for being part of the adventure. We are back. Fan Expo happened, and we are all recovering, and I just want to say a big, huge thank you to everyone that stopped by the booth, everyone who came by the panel for the DM and GM tips and tricks. That was unbelievable. Wow. Thank you so much. We thought we were going to get 10 to 15 people, and when you filled it up, you blew us away. We were not expecting that. Thank you. We hope we helped, and it just means we're going to do more panels in the future. So keep your eyes out for our socials, and just what an event Fan Expo was. First of all, we got to say a huge thank you to the Canadian Podcast Awards, who gave us space at their booth and let us do our thing and interact with everyone who came by and all the other Canadian podcasts that were there. The No Quest guys, the Manticore D&D Adventure podcast, thank you for being such great booth buddies. You're all fantastic. It was such an amazing time. To Leslie, who showed up, she's you've just heard her be in the adventure. Thank you so much for showing up and helping run the booth, and just everybody who's ever supported us. Thank you so much. We have some future Expo convention news that'll be going across the country, so stay tuned for future news and updates. We'll have some interesting stuff for you in September and October, definitely. And yeah, that is incredible weekend. Need to recover. Got to recover a little bit, but we'll get there. So thank you for coming to Fan Expo. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everyone involved, and a big thank you to the support staff, the volunteers at Fan Expo. You were all amazing. There were some hardships you had to deal with, and you were all polite and courteous, and you kept everything calm and cool. So thank you so much to the volunteer staff. You kept the wonky machine running as best you could, and you were all really nice, and you were all really supportive, and just thank you. And to the nice man who predicted that our panel was going to be who predicted that the panel was going to fill up. I didn't believe you at the first, and I should have. You knew exactly what you're talking about. But it's going to be a quick one. Before we get into some other ads, just a reminder, you can find us at our website at the Diecast Podcast. Any app that plays a podcast, on social media at the Diecast Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Twitter a little bit, or X, whatever it's called now. But that's going to be it for this one. We hope you've had a great time at the adventure so far. I will see you next week. Drink all the water you can. tell a loved one how you feel. And now let's hear from our booth buddies from this Saturday. Let's hear from the No Quest guys.
Are you ready to rock? More importantly, are you ready to roll? Welcome to No Quest for the Wicked, an award-winning sci-fi actual play podcast using Paizo's space opera system, Starfinder. Stow away with us every other Wednesday as four best friends explore an entirely homebrew setting in a planet-hopping adventure that plunges the crew of the Maverick into a political and cosmic conspiracy that doesn't just put their lives at risk, but the system and even the whole universe. Join Merrick, the four-armed warrior in self-imposed exile, as he breaks tradition and forges his own path with a passion hotter than the desert sun. Durin, a former assassin running from his dark past, hoping to make a new life for himself. And Cody, an android with memory problems, an obsession with the 80s, and a desperate need to find the boy who made him. New episodes every Wednesday on NoQuestCast.com or your favorite podcasting app.
And she says, yeah, so it's not the most legal of entrances, but again, alliteration, everyone loves it. Just don't spread it around, let's just keep it between besties.
Keep it in the friendship circle.
Yes. Don't let secrets go outside the friendship circle. That's very key, especially when dealing with Sigil, because the consequences are very stiff.
I think we can do that.
You get put into an infinity maze where it's just an empty city of Sigil. And in theory, there's a door out, but no one's ever found it. And you just you don't age, you don't starve, you just wander around a city all by yourself for the rest of your existence, because you technically don't age here either. So it's like, oh, yeah. Oh, I guess I should have brought that up as well. So when I said don't mess with the timeline, we are probably going to make ourselves enemies of time.
Wait, but who do you work for?
Oh, I work for the council at the university.
But yeah, what are they called?
Oh, they're the Chrono Council.
Chrono Council.
Yeah.
What university is this?
Oh, it's the Interplanar University. It's technically not in Sigil, but we kind of do, gifted magicians, gifted magic users come together and we study the various arts. Non-traditional arts. I'm a chronomancer myself. We have astromancers who study like stars and gravity. We got like fate and luck magicians who study the magics of fate and fortune.
You've got people that study space and...
Oh yeah, it's fascinating. It's
Fascinating.
Melody, inside your head, you hear my voice. And I just say, can you ask her, how does one become an enemy of time itself if you're already a chronomancer?
How does one become an enemy of time itself if you're already a chronomancer?
Well, very good question. I should be prepared to answer these things. So time is an entity that exists. They appear in many different forms. They do not like it when you mess with their timeline. It causes a lot of extra side work for them when they're kind of trying to do the whole space-time continuum thing across everything. That's the kind of like one of the universal traits everywhere is time. Time exists, except for here and the astral plane. Time doesn't fuck with that. That's why you don't age here. That's why you don't age in the ethereal plane.
Why doesn't everybody live here?
Well, I mean, it's kind of an authoritarian. Thank you. I had troubles during my studies saying that as well. But yeah, the Lady of Pain is a very
she has a lifelong term, and it's eternal.
Yeah, she does not take kindly to fools, deviants, or anyone literally wasting her time.
And we're about to do something incredibly foolish and deviant.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, let's do it then.
I enjoy the enthusiasm. Thank you so much.
Sooner we can get out of here, the better.
Anytime I'm talking, just assume it's in your head because I'm wild shaped. But
Bzz, 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 bzz.
yeah, exactly. It's like a little furry in your ear. So should I fly up to one of the windows and look around and see if there's anything?
I think that's a good idea.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll zip up there.
You fly up and give me a perception check, please. It is dark in there, so I'm pretty sure hummingbirds do not have dark
Well,
vision.
I'm more looking for if there's an open window or.
Oh, there's very clearly open windows. You can easily fly in.
Okay. So
Your access is not hindered by any way.
what is?
Send in the drone.
So I have to use the hummingbirds, right?
In Wild Shape for Druids, you keep your mental stats.
Mhm.
So intelligence, wisdom, and charisma are still your own.
So then perception is my perception.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Awesome. That's 11, which I feel tracks.
11, you can see that there are actually like internal security guards around. It's got kind of has that Indiana Jones vibe to it. You see a bunch of like crates all stacked on top of each other. And, they're wearing like very standard, like blue shirts, darker blue ties. They've all got kind of like these magical lanterns that
So they don't look like magic users?
It looks like the lanterns are magical. You wouldn't be able to tell from just.
Yes, fair enough. So I'll flip back and I'll just say in your head, there's definitely patrols happening, but there is a lot of places to hide because there's enough boxes and carrying on.
That's the easiest way to get in.
I mean, there's open windows for sure.
Can I climb up to these windows?
You absolutely can. Give me an athletics check, please.
Sick.
Guidance.
I imagine it's like a little hummingbird like pokes you.
Yeah, just a little.
So,
We have a 16.
Did you add a plus 1d4?
17. Oh, no, plus 1d4. Hold on.
15 is all you needed. You did it.
Yeah, you're good then.
I've got 18.
There's enough just kind of like handholds in the brick and mason work as you work your way up, and there's like a little hummingbird flying next to you. You see Elandra say, Meraxis, I mean, I should have been more truthful about this. I can teleport 2 of us in. Can't teleport all of us in.
Panting on the roof. Thanks.
Well, dimension door. I mean, it's one other person. If I dimension door everybody, it's going to be like back and forth. That's so much work.
Well, you could throw down a rope, or I don't know if everybody's going to make their own way up.
I'll throw down a rope for whichever one of you doesn't want to go through the
I think Alethra has.
transportation.
yeah, I mean, I'll climb your rope.
Yeah.
Don't you have spider shoes though?
Oh, I actually do have spider shoes. You
It's
are
like-
right.
From our
I
last
take
fight,
my
we
rope.
were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Slowly roll the rope back up.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, just like
My efforts.
We just see like a rope just like
Come down and then zip
yeah,
back up.
goes back up.
You see Yaka pop up. What's the difference between a rope and a disappointment?
Nothing right now.
That is the correct answer. Powering down.
Yako's getting better and better.
Hmm.
you live with this in your head for 6 years.
You all make your way up to the open window. Elandra holds onto you, Meraxis, as she's like, dimension door.
I love the idea that she just says her spells out loud. Like
I essentially made Elwoods from Legally Blonde.
Yeah,
so I love
Yeah,
it.
I love
exactly.
it. That's what I imagined.
what? Like it's hard?
Like it's hard.
It's magic. It's super easy. Everybody just do it.
It's time. What? Like it's hard?
Me. You do teleport you literally on the other side of the wall. You look up and you see Harmony, Melody, and Alethra at the top of the window, all in their various forms and easy to get up and down. I think the only person is because you're 30 feet up. You can jump down if you give me athletics or acrobatics check, or you can try and climb down if you wish. Or you can do superhero pose and land down.
I can always catch it too.
Yeah, okay, I'll jump down. I'll be cool. I'll be cool about it.
So give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, it couldn't be athletics, eh?
Yeah, I'll let you do athletics because I
Guidance.
envision you trying to like aim yourself towards Meraxis at the bottom.
I cast guidance too. Since I'm on your shoulder.
22.
Ooh, no saving throw needed for you, Meraxis, as you kind of hold your arms out and then thunk. This small bunny lands in your hands.
Being that you like land in a superhero
Oh, yeah,
pose.
for sure.
Like
In your
your
hands.
knuckles are down and like you have like, your yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fist down. Legs bent.
Yeah.
Tiny
Fierce
hummingbird.
face.
Yeah.
Tiny
The
hummingbird.
hummingbird's also making the pose.
Also
like-
posting.
You see Alandra go, all right, so now we're on the inside. We're technically not supposed to be here. So let's all practice our stealth
Remember,
abilities.
you have a +10.
We have
Let's
plus
all
10.
think positively about stealth.
Were you using it? What are we using?
The D20.
D20? Okay.
Ooh, nice.
I got a nat 20.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
You get a. Well, you already had
I
inspiration.
already have an inspiration.
So do we do what we got plus the 11 that we?
Correct.
Oh my god.
Yep. Well, yeah. You also might have a. I don't know if you're proficient in stealth. Or
Oh, I just have one. I just
okay.
added it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then yes.
So I've got a 29 because I have a -1 in stealth. So I've got a 29.
32 for Alandra.
28.
28.
Also 28.
You
Oh, we're so
blend
sneaky.
into the shadows as you easily maneuver your way around crates, and you get the feeling that the security guards here are kind of just there as placeholders, and they're not actually.
Sorry, I also got a 32 because I have to use the hummingbird still.
Oh yeah,
Higher than mine. So
You don't know how she's doing it, but she kind of does like the stealthy motion with her wings as she's
Yeah.
flying by. But it is simple, like the sweet science of stealth as you navigate your way through this warehouse. And off in the corner, you actually feel the temperature begin to get like a little colder, a little chiller. You begin to see like your breath come out a little bit as you do see this kind of like in the corner, like this wooden crate with just this speckles of frost.
Elethra, what were you saying about the portals not
matching.
hinting at where
They
we're
don't-
going?
Always hint. We don't know what's behind here.
It's true. I have no idea what's behind this thing.
I think we should take some of those.
I was going to say, I'm going
scarves
to put
and
on some
hats,
gloves and scarves,
mittens, and hats.
a little hat over my ears.
So we
Grab one
can't,
for me.
we can, but that would also be stealing. And I feel we're like, no, I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to yuck your yum, but we are kind of building a case of why people may be looking for us if we start stealing as well.
I put back the hat and the scarf.
They felt very cold to the touch. They looked woolly and they looked like they're woolly and warm, but this kind of chilling effect of the crate. It's almost like they're in like a small little refrigerator.
Who would do that?
Weird.
That's just ass backwards.
Harmony, keep an eye out for the guards. Make sure that no one
Okay. Zip.
happens upon us.
I'll fly up and like perch higher if I can, probably on
Perfect.
Marax's
And, like,
head or
you're-
something.
You will know they're coming a mile away with your massive perception. You see Alondra like, all right, now we need to kind of move this big crate. It's about 10 feet tall where the crate is. It's quite sizable. We just need to kind of shimmy it out just a little bit because I think it's behind on the back wall.
I got this. So Maraxis just kind of takes the crate and just like.
Give me a strength athletics check, please.
Okay.
Actually, can I assist you in this? 'Cause,
Yeah.
Let's lift. We don't want to make any
Oh, that's
screeching
true. We don't want to make any
sounds.
screeching
So
sounds.
can I throw a silence at them so it doesn't make any noise?
You get advantage on this check. 'Cause you're
Okay,
being
sorry,
aided.
which one am I rolling?
Strength athletics.
Strength athletic. Oh, okay.
And you get advantage, so roll twice.
Oh.
Take the higher number.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's definitely taking this one. +3, so 18, 19, 20.
Yeah. Dirty
20
20.
athletics. Yeah.
20 in total, sorry?
Yeah, 20 in total.
You Luther kind of helps you lift up, and you very easily lift up. Like for you, Maraxis, not a problem at all. But it
Oh,
feels very cold to the touch. Alethra, it's like kind of grabbing like a bag of frozen veggies out of the freezer as it kind of like doesn't do any damage, but it kind of stings and just kind of
Mhm.
stiffens up your knuckles a little bit.
It wouldn't affect me though because I
No.
deal with cold. Yeah. Okay.
You're
cool.
totally fine.
Okay, cool.
I'll
Melody
say-
stares at you in cold.
I'll get who's feeling saucy right now? Who's feeling sassy?
Melody's
I feel like
feeling
Melody
a little
is
sassy.
the most sassy.
I'm
Melody.
a hummingbird.
She
Would-
doesn't like the cold.
Would you like to roll me a D100, please?
D100.
Can figure out what your key is.
I'd be honored.
I was
Do I
hoping
have
for a
D100?
riddle.
Here's
Yeah, two.
You did
if you roll
two
two
D10s?
Makes sense.
65.
65.
The sigil on the key is a scarf.
Do I just tuck a scarf at it?
And you
What?
see Alana's like, yeah, you just got to kind of touch it and it'll open up for us.
Touch the scarf to it?
Yeah, that's how they usually work.
I'm going to pick up the scarf and I'm going to...
You literally have, that was completely randomized, but you literally have a crate full of scarves.
I'm going to pick up one of the scarves and I'm just going to wipe it across.
You see this frost magic kind of like make the silhouette of where our door is in the wall as you see these arcane locks or arcane sigils begin to interlock and intertwine and begin to spin and twirl almost like they're tumblers on a lock as you hear this kind of like very low grumble of stone moving on stone as it opens up.
Do we hear anything? Because she cast silence.
Oh, someone cast, you have.
No, I didn't actually cast it.
Oh, I thought you were going to cast it.
I was going to. I didn't actually.
Okay, I didn't need it.
It's a low rumble. It sounds like if someone's moving a crate or something like that.
Okay,
Like,
I'm looking.
give me a perception check.
Sure. 21.
You see the guards, they seem to be aware of the sound, but they don't seem to be putting any interest or urgency into it.
All right. Interesting.
As you see the sigils spin and the tumblers open, as like as the door opens up, and you actually see Waterdeep in front of you, downtown Waterdeep. The only difference is it is covered in snow. You see about like snow drifts are about like a foot or two high, and the chilling cold just comes blasting in at you. Also randomized about what the crate was going to be.
Snowy Waterdeep.
Melody stares at Alethra again.
Listen, it could be, but it's not always.
I might need to jump on your shoulders again if this snowbank gets high.
Hop on.
And hop on her shoulders.
I'm going to stay with you. I'm staying wild shape for now.
Just
until
be
I don't need to
careful
be.
on the silver dragonborn. You don't want to get the cold shoulder.
You hear this bird noise. It's just like.
All right, let's hurry up.
I'll lay
Powering
it
down.
across her shoulders like a little scarf.
Like a stole.
Like a stole.
A rabbit
Yeah.
stole.
Rabbit first stall. You walk. You all five actually walk through the gate, and it kind of closes behind you. But you are actually in Troll Skull Alley in Waterdeep, and it is the dead of winter.
I thought intertravel would be a little more exciting than this.
The one thing you do notice is that the streets are empty. There's no traffic here.
Nothing. We don't hear or see anyone.
Not a soul.
I don't like that.
Well, as my first instinct is in most places, it's time to head to the library.
That makes the most sense to me. Let's figure out where we are, what time it is, when we are, what reality we're in, and hopefully we'll get some answers.
Do we pass by Troll Skull Manor?
Yes, you actually do pass by Troll Skull.
Can we look in the window and see if anyone's in there?
Absolutely. You do the kind of.
Yeah.
You look inside. It is empty, and not just like there's no people in there. Like there's no furniture. There's no signs of commerce. In everything, like the pillars, the floor, the overhangs on the roof, just kind of has like that encrusted frost. Like it's been that way for a while.
So it doesn't look like it's been recently lived in or used at all.
Not at all.
But all of the buildings are ones we recognize,
Mhm.
shops, fronts, and things like that.
The
But it's
exact
just
same. Yes.
fascinating.
In fact, Waywocket's store is right across the street from it.
Oh, weird. Slash, uh-oh. Or this version of Waywocket. Yeah. I, being a native of Waterdeep, I'm like, all right, well, if we head down this way, it should head us towards the central library.
Down near the castle ward as you head out onto one of the main drags. And that's when you actually see this version of Waterdeep for the first time. It's almost like you're walking in a forest where all the trees have self-trimmed, that all the buildings are immense and tall. And as you look up, there's kind of like this cloud cover, but it's almost like these giant stone skyscrapers that reach up into the sky. And there's kind of like this cloud layer that hangs just over top, and like occasionally like a small drift of snow. And it looks like that these buildings that were on the ground floor are kind of like the roots and the foundations, and they've been long since abandoned, but new buildings have been built in their core and built up from them.
So the city is above us.
It seems like it. What the heck would have happened here?
Maybe the library is above us too?
DM, I'm just going to be keeping an eye out for any sort of threats or anything like that. Like I'm just going to be...
Are you still
I'm
hummingbird?
still a
Story.
hummingbird. I'm still like in her hood, but my little beak just keeps coming out and being like...
And it's very cold, but for you, Alethra, you know your nature sign actually for the druid in the group as well.
Mm.
It's cold and it should be colder than you think, but you're not feeling any detrimental effects from the cold.
So would I know this is like a magical cold?
You feel it's not natural. It's definitely, you don't know the
is-
exact source of it, but it's not natural by any means. Meraxis, you feel completely at home in this climate.
Okay. Yeah, I figured, yeah.
Yeah, this is, I say in Melody's head, but this is not a natural cold. This is not a regular, this is manufactured somehow.
This is magical cold.
You make your way down the main streets towards the castle ward. And you actually, as you get on the main streets, it's not like traditional water you see, but there are some people on the streets. And immediately they are all looking at your group. They are all, like, as soon as you walk by, their eyes just go whoop and bead in on you. And it's, everyone who's interested, give me an insight check or an insight roll.
27.
27?
16.
16?
I'm going to do one.
16.
16?
I'm doing it.
Same wisdom score.
Nice. Target number is 15. 12.
So
So all those who got 15 or higher, you do see that you are garnering a lot of attention, but it doesn't seem to be like an aggressive or like they feel like there's a threat. Like it's very
curiosity as
a
opposed to
shocked curiosity more than anything. You kind of just startled them with what they're seeing right now.
And with my perception, can I tell if there's some sort of class system? Like, do these people look like they live on the bottom? And then, do you know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
I'd say that's hard to say with perception check because everyone's kind of like in winter gear and they're kind of like up to their knees in snow. So it'd be hard to tell. You do get the feeling they know what they're doing down here. Like they're not wandering aimlessly. They have purpose and drive of where they're going.
but they're very shocked to see newcomers.
Yes. You also maybe get the feeling that because you're not wearing any winter gear
Right.
at all.
I've got fur.
Yeah.
True. This is true. As you head down to the castle ward, again, it's the same. You head through the merchants district, the trade market. And as you head towards the castle ward, you actually see that off in the distance through the cloud, there's almost like that god lighting. There's almost like a small little sunbeam that comes down on a column in a very specific spot. And as you look up, you see that the castle ward has been built up. There is a mountain in Waterdeep, and it looks like there's a lot of development. There's like castle fortifications. There's a lot of the main infrastructure of Waterdeep seems to be focused down towards the area, especially where that sunbeam just kind of breaks through. For those who wish, give me an Arcana check.
21.
Me?
11.
Ooh,
5.
18 was what you needed. So you do know that is not a natural sunbeam. That is very much like the cold is a very planned and deliberate.
Can we see the coast?
You cannot see the coast. It is blotted out by the clouds and the overcast.
Is this the Truman Show?
The what?
That's
Something from another universe that I visited once.
a different plane.
I don't know.
All right.
Oh,
Library.
it's Truman. Yeah.
You wish to make your way down to the castle ward faster, or
Is that where the library is?
that's where
We're
the,
following Electra.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think.
We're following it.
That's where it should be anyway. It might be worth finding out a bit more about this place through some of our local guides here.
Looky loose.
Oh, you want to stop someone on the street? You're fully welcome to do so if you wish.
I don't know what I would say. It's so weird to be here. It's
You're
home, but
Do-
not.
Do you have any ancestors?
You still have like you're still attracting like a lot of attention as you walk down because you see the population's getting a little bit more dense on the street as you get closer to the castle ward.
Mhm.
And again, it's kind of like a little windy. There's no actual sunlight except for that column down in the castle ward. But you can see again, people are like just going about their usual day business and going like looking over like boink, what?
Melody, tell Alethra to be careful. If she's native to Waterdeep, she could run into herself.
Ethra, you might run into yourself here.
Yeah, I think we should avoid my parents' shop.
Which is where?
The
Merchant's ward.
Yeah, which is
or the dock ward if you wish, your choice.
Do you have a hood?
Yeah, they're cobblers, so probably the merchant ward.
Okay, merchant ward it is. Which is castle ward's close to it, but it's not connected to it. Like you're got a little bit of distance.
We're a few blocks away. As long as anyway, hopefully I'm not famous here.
Do you wish to talk?
You said that like you wish you were.
I
You
know,
wish a
yeah.
little bit you were famous here.
That'd be nice in some ways. Be recognized for my hard work and my excellence, and not having lived in, a reality where I didn't live in Barovia for best years of my life.
Maraxus side eyes the rabbits.
Like awkward.
Living in Barovia
Someone's
certainly
in a
did
mood.
suck. Blood. Vampires powering down.
Oh, I'm glad it explained it. That
I like
time.
it.
Yeah.
That was good. I didn't understand
Yeah,
it.
I didn't get it either. Yeah.
You would if you lived there. There was a lot of people I know who
I
died.
just had to be there, I guess.
Yeah.
So do you
I
so-
just say this to Melody. Don't say this out loud, but I think Alethra has some trauma to work through.
I give her a little tiny fist bump with my finger.
Ow!
Ooh, sassy, sis.
Very pokey beak you have.
so this is a very cold version of Waterdeep. I've spent some magic spells. So if we, give me 4 hours, I can probably bring it back and try and figure out what's going on. But I think Alethra is right with the library. We may also just want to talk to the locals because this is all new to me. The math stopped back in Sigil.
Well, I think you're the most friendly, approachable person here. Why don't you go talk to them?
You see Elantra like, great idea. She's like, hi, and the person's like, ah.
Oh, shit. Maybe that was a bad idea.
I was going to say, I don't know if she's a person people.
Yeah, so hello there. Sorry
Hi.
for my friend there.
Hi, this is weird. I'm making this weird. I'm so sorry. I apologize. This is my fault. I'm making this awkward. How are you? I shouldn't have. That's really rude of me to ask. I'm so sorry, but I feel like I've already stepped over some bounds here. I apologize profusely.
What my shiny friend means here is, hello. How are you?
I'm so honored to be surprised, but honored to be in your presence right now. I'm grateful for just you stopping by.
Oh my God, maybe we are famous.
Why, can I ask, why is everyone looking at us?
Well, I mean, kind of a big deal around here. It's.
Why don't you remind me what I did?
Oh no, it's not you. And points at Maraxus.
Oh,
Wasn't expecting that.
what the hell did she do?
She came back.
Okay. Maraxus
Like
is kind of.
you're actually you though, right? Because it's illegal to impersonate you, right?
Oh, no, I'm actually me.
Okay. Then you see him bow even deeper, like almost putting his forehead into the snow. He's like, I welcome you back to existence and Waterdeep. Your parents will be very happy to see you.
Uh-oh. Harmony's checking to see if Elantra is a little bit jealous that it's Maraxus.
Insight check.
A 20, dirty 20.
I don't know.
She knows.
Conflicted, yeah.
Oh, Maraxus is kind of like, remind me again what I did?
Where have I been?
You were in an epic battle for the Dragon Soul, or for the Wall of the Dragons, and you fought off the Cult of the Dragons, and you sacrificed yourself in a great radiant ball of cold and defeated the Cult of the Dragon and saved us all.
Dude, you died.
No wonder you don't
Yeah.
remember. Holy
I mean,
shit.
it sounds epic enough. Like maybe you came back. That's like almost 10 years ago.
Oh, yes. No, she's definitely been resurrected. We brought her back for you.
Give me a deception check.
Guidance.
I will say advantage, though, because he's very overwhelmed by Meraxis' presence.
I mean, we've got 17 for one. Yeah, we're going to go with that one, 17.
Add your D4.
Oh, yes.
It's like, oh, I mean, like, hero like Meraxis the Great. Like, that's
20.
you have to bring her back. I mean, you just do that. Was it a complicated process? Did you have to go on an epic adventure for it? Or like what?
Oh, certainly.
Your parents are going to love this news.
No, we should probably. It's a surprise.
You see him again. I'm so sorry. I don't want to intrude with the surprise of the royalty. I'm immediately. I apologize. Please accept my sincerest form of apology. Alethra and Harmony, give me an insight check.
I am looking at my shoes.
They are covered in snow.
Yeah, it's a 4 in total.
13. Not great.
There's a bit of fear behind that apology.
I got a 17.
Yeah, there's a definite sense of, you get the feeling he's very shook and very nervous, and you get the feeling that comes around breaking decorum, that he was very cautious about doing so.
It's okay, friend. Just keep it a secret.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. You know what? Absolutely. Surprises are great. Your parents are going to love it. And I will just pretend like I was never here. And he holds up his hands and just begins to walk backwards.
Okay, but before he leaves, like Meraxis is like, remind me again where I could find my parents, just to make sure that the surprise works out the way we want.
The city looks a little bit different than we remember.
It's been this way for a while.
It's been 10 years, though. You've got to.
It's been 10 years for me. You know this.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, but there hasn't been much change that's happened. Like they came in and built up Waterdeep real easy. And he points up to beyond the cloud cover where the mountain and the sunbeam is. Like you go about 600 feet up that way, and that's where the top of the castle is.
Up the sun. Can we get your name again?
Oh, my name is Murray. I'm just a simple tailor. Thank you for including me in your legend lore. I'm glad to be part of keeping the surprise. I hope you mentioned that to your parents.
Thank you, Murray.
You're welcome. As he again holds up his hands and just kind of like walks backwards and goes around the corner into an alley.
Harmony, do you want to see what the hell he's doing in that alley?
Sure.
You fly over.
Okay.
You don't need to. And he's kind of like heaved over, going.
Yeah. Yeah, he's straight having a panic attack.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'm getting the sense that the royalty really rules over people here. So it's Meraxis we have to worry about.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm
walking around with a big beacon over here.
I'm just as confused as you guys. I don't have family.
Does Meraxis?
Wait, you must have family.
Yeah, wait, what?
You can't be.
I'm in your head, but what?
No, I don't know who my parents are. Well, I know who my mom is, but that's a long story. That's what I spent my last year doing, is trying to figure out my ancestors. And
who's your daddy?
I don't know.
Do you want to find out?
Maybe she is the lost princess. But
Are you sure you've never been here before?
I mean,
do you know what's happened in the last 10 years of your life?
Well, in your reality, absolutely.
Yeah, in my reality, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Yeah, I've been taking up, campaigns here and there and doing some, traveling and
light sorcery.
Yeah, light sorcery.
It's traveling.
She's been finding herself. The last year, like Meraxis' backstory is like the last year.
Are you sharing that with us above table or,
yeah,
or
I
as
guess,
in character?
It's up to you, your choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I think maybe I'll share it like as my character.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
The last year I went to rehab. I mean, it was for a slight drinking problem. It was for the children's tears. Either way. But while I was there, I, decided to look into my ancestry and, as far as I know, my parents are dead. At least my lineage is.
Fascinating.
So you never knew your parents.
No.
That's so sad.
Can't imagine.
Melody, ask Maraxis if she has any kind of disguise spell.
Do you have any disguise spells or like a hood or something?
I
It
do.
might be worth
Yeah.
not.
No,
We just literally got the spell card for you.
yeah, I do. I got
Maybe-
this.
Maybe come and duck into an alleyway and switch it up.
Yeah, not the alleyway that Murray's in.
No.
We
Unless-
don't want to see.
I mean,
Let's
we could
avoid
kill
that
him,
one.
but
Yeah.
We could kill him.
Okay. Let's not do that.
See, Alondra say, and just so we know, just so we're clear, family in this reality will not be an indication of family in other realities. I mean, because everyone lives a different life, so we don't know who they are or what they are. And
but genetically, it would be the same.
it would be the same, but their attitudes and behaviors may be different. So we
Right.
don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then there's also probably a version of me somewhere.
Well,
Well,
Sounds like
she's
you're
dead.
Oh,
yes,
no, that's true.
It
Yeah,
sounds
I'm
like
dead.
you very
Sorry.
much died,
I died. Okay. Well, at
and
least
in that
that.
epic fashion as well.
I mean,
Melody, we have
that's
to
one good
decide
thing.
whether or not we're going to use this to our advantage
Okay.
in this reality or try and avoid the confrontation because it would bring a lot of attention as it already has.
So I can use my disguise self. It's only an hour though, so I don't know how long we're gonna be.
Up to you. It's a level 1 spell. It's also an illusion spell, so you'll look like it. But if someone like
Touches you,
Yeah.
you'll
shimmer,
if you make it all like too tall or too short, if someone like touches above it,
Yeah.
like ow.
Mm-hmm. It'll,
Poke
be,
my eye.
Yeah,
it'll be enough to get us to the library at least.
Yeah,
That's what I was
let's do that. Okay.
so what do you wish to alter
Ah.
your or disguise
I think
self
I'm just
to?
gonna disguise myself as some sort of like someone that looks kind of like the person that we just ran into.
It's like
just like
a human.
just a human.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of cloaks with like the wintry snow on top of it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So
Like,
it will be a little smaller than you, but anyone,
Sorry.
that's all right. So it'll be a little smaller than you. So anyone who kind of grazes where your shoulder area may hit something invisible, and like the image will shimmer a little bit, just so you're
okay.
aware.
Okay. Could I be like a taller person?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to
Yeah.
kind of help.
Because I think dragonborns are a little bit taller.
Yeah,
than
they're
you.
like 7 feet or
Yeah.
something.
So
yeah.
you're an exceptionally tall and large.
I
You're
can be
also-
like a 6'5" or something.
Yeah, perfect.
You're going to have to put Melody down because otherwise she'll be floating.
Oh,
on
that's
your
Yes.
chest.
true. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
hop off.
And Melody, you go right up to your waist.
Oh. Ah.
It's very funny.
What's the matter, Melody? Do you have cold feet?
It's pretty good.
Is it
Powering
just
down.
floating around Elantra
Yeah.
saying these things?
Yes.
Right. It's not, we can't put it in the box. It doesn't
Careful,
go-
Yaka. I do like you.
All right. So I guess,
The floating skull also might be an issue for ourselves. Can I put it in the box in my backpack?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
We'll probably still all be able to hear it, I bet.
He's in timeout right now.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
You actually hear from the box.
He's just telling jokes to himself in the box. That's the most
That's so
depressing
depressing.
skull I've ever met.
At least he keeps himself entertained.
Oh my god.
So do you wish to make your way down to the library or the center of the castle ward?
We do.
yeah, let's go.
As you make your way down, you notice that the snowbanks around in Waterdeep begin to look more cleared away, more taken care of. The streets have been cleaned out, and the population it gets a bit more dense as you get into like more of the more foot traffic areas. But as you do get closer and closer, you do see in the center, Alethra, you'd know this would be like the main town gathering area for Waterdeep. It's actually where the Order of the Silver Gauntlet used to have their main temple, but it's all been cleared away.
Hmm.
And you see this gigantic 30-foot tall statue of a dragonborn with ice in one hand and radiant energy in the other, and this very big dramatic pose as this silver fur-lined cloak blowing out the back, and in Draconic at the bottom it says, "In memory of Meraxis, the
Whoa.
hero of Faerun."
Whoa.
Alethra, would you look at that?
That is so cool.
Derek will be so mad when he learns about this.
You see Elandra like looks up. It's like, oh boy, that's a big statue.
I'm glad I disguised myself, but wow, impressive.
Um,
Doesn't even look like me. No, I'm just kidding.
have I noticed it's gotten warmer the closer we get to that?
It's actually gotten a
Sunlight?
little chillier the closer you get.
Oh, interesting.
Hmm.
Okay.
But we are at our time, and I think, well, that's a good spot to leave it at for next time. So very interesting occurrences. That have,
Fascinating. I love that we joked about you being famous.
I
but
know,
it's
and then
actually,
it happened to me.
actually, it's
you actually
miraculous.
called a lot in this episode. Like, yeah, that's